Hey there, Capricorn. How's it going? Hopefully everything's going good with you and yours. We're looking in at your week of March 7th. I just lost what I was thinking about there for a second, but let's get into your energy. Looking at you this week, Capricorn. We got that Two of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Three of Wands here at this time. Feels like you've been biding your time here a little bit. With that Two of Swords and that Three of Wands. Very much waiting around kind of energy, very much kind of like a just waiting to see, waiting to decide whether we're going to move on or stay put or whatnot, and just being patient at this time, which I like a lot. That's really good. So I like that you're waiting for your opportunity here. You're not just going out and jumping at anything, which is great. With this Queen of Cups here as well, I feel like your intuition's really on point at this time, Capricorn. I feel like you're really using that to its fullest. I also feel like you're very intuitive with how people are feeling around you, kind of like being able to read a room as you're coming in, seeing like how, really picking up on that sort of empathetic energy with people, realizing like how they're feeling and, in touch with that and in tune with that. That's really good. And I feel like you're going to be making a decision here, if you haven't already, or you're contemplating making a decision that it's something that you can take your time and think about and be patient. You're not rushing into it, right? You're just because you're making sure you're not making a mistake. You're making the right decision. So that's really nice. Let's look at some. Oh, we got a pop out for you. But let's look at some cards to clarify this. We got the Nine of Cups here for you. Let's see what else we got for you. Got the Nine of Cups clarifying. We also have the Devil. That's awesome, Capricorn. And we got the Four of Wands as well. That's awesome that the Devil's come out, because the Devil is your card, Capricorn, which means that you're coming in a strong way. So that's great. So like I say, your intuition's on point. That empathetic energy is on point as well at this time. And I feel like you're in a good position here to be making a decision at this time, which is really good. With the Four of Wands and the Nine of Cups here as well, I feel like you're definitely striving for fulfillment and satisfaction in your life, and happiness as well. Maybe marriage, if you're thinking about something like that. Maybe you're thinking about a relationship. Maybe you have a partner right now, even thinking about marriage. Maybe you're proposing to that person. Or maybe you're just thinking about finding someone to marry down the line here as well. So I'm liking that. It's really good. Let's take a look at some challenges you might be facing though this week, Capricorn. See what's going on there. What do we have? Oh, we got cards flying for you everywhere. We got Scorpio coming in with the Death card here. Let's see what else we got for you though. All right. Got the Seven of Cups as well. And the Ace of Swords here. All right, yeah, definitely there's, it feels like there's some sort of change coming. Like, again, there's that decision we were talking about with that Two of Swords back here. With the Death card, it talks about cycles coming to an end. So again, I feel like you're weighing your options here. I feel like you have a lot of different ways you can go. Maybe it feels overwhelming how many options you have with that Seven of Cups. So it's making it difficult for that cycle to come to an end, for this change to take place. And with the Ace of Swords, I feel like there's a lot on your mind. Like, there's kind of a question of like, with this crown here, like, how do I make the most responsible decision? How do I, do the right thing, right? That's a problem leaders have all the time, is how do I make a decision that is best, not just for myself, but the people I'm responsible for as well. So yeah, it just seems like we got a lot of options here. Maybe you're making a decision that doesn't just affect you, affects a lot of other people in your life at this time. So let's look at some clarifiers for this, and then we'll look at some outcome cards for you. See what we got going on. What do we have for Capricorn here? The Seven of Cups again, yeah, absolutely. The King of Cups as well. And the Six of Cups here too. Yeah, Seven of Cups repeating there. When a card repeats in tarot, if you're new to that, that's a strong message. It's saying really pay attention to this. So yeah, I just feel like for a lot of you out there, there's a lot of options you have at this time. Hello, Journey. How are you today, sir? So it feels like you have a lot of options in front of you at this time, much like I have a lot of cat in front of me at this time. Just a lot of choices, a lot of potential outcomes for you here, a lot of different ways you can go. So just be aware of that. With the King of Cups as well as the Six of Cups here, the King of Cups really telling us that you want to, there's kind of a tug there between like doing what you feel is right and what you know is right. I feel like that's kind of what it's saying here, is that, like, again, you know, there's kind of like an obvious, like, this is what you should do, but there's also a feeling like that's not fair, or that's not like in your gut, that feels like that's not right for some reason. Like your intuition's telling you maybe that's wrong, and it's kind of maybe throwing you off a bit here, where normally you'd be calm and collected. You're kind of having a bit of a challenge here with that. With the Six of Cups here as well, the Six of Cups is really telling us that maybe this is something that is something you've dealt with in the past before, maybe, or a person from your past that you're dealing with. Maybe that's who this is influencing at this time. You know, perhaps you're dealing with that. Maybe you're it's really affecting the future too. Maybe you're affecting not just someone from the past, or maybe someone from into the future. Like, what will this do to future people I deal with, or people, you know, maybe someone younger than you, dealing with them in their future. Maybe that's what that's dealing with. So we're going to look at some outcome cards for you in just a second, as soon as we get Journey out of here. And before we do, thank you so much for being here. Excuse me, sir. Get your bum out of here. Before we look at your outcome cards, though, we're going to ask, I'm going to say, I'm going to talk, I'm going to ramble until I get the words out of here. If this is helping you out and this is resonating, that's awesome. And if you want to help out the channel, you can hit the thumbs up button down below. Helps out the channel a ton. Booping that like button helps out a lot. You can also subscribe to the channel as well if you haven't already. That way you can find this channel a lot easier, and that way you can check me out every week, as well as checking out your Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign videos too, as I'm uploading them. So let's get into this, Capricorn, and see. Oh, we got cat hair all over the place. See what we got for your outcome cards. All right, we have the Four of Pentacles, the Queen of Wands, and the Page of Wands here. All right. The Four of Pentacles really tells us not to take risks, not to take chances, not to, you know, go out and do something crazy. Let's just do what works, right? Let's just do the path that works, the thing that works in our life here. So I feel like that's going to be some good advice for you this week, is don't take any wild chances. Just do the safe thing. I feel like that's the best option. You know, better safe than sorry. So I feel like that's a good one for you. With the Queen of Wands and the Page of Wands here as well, I feel like there's a good opportunity for growth here with you. Like, you do have a lot of options here, and I feel like I don't want to say there's no wrong answer, but I feel like there's definitely more good than bad here. Like, there's a lot of positivity here with that Queen of Wands, the sunflower in her hand here, because sunflowers represent positivity. They represent good vibes here. With the Wands as well, with both the Page and the Queen, represents growth, represents energy, represents passion. So I feel like there's just a lot of opportunity here for you right now. It's just a matter of playing it safe, and I feel like that's going to be your best bet here. With the Page and the Queen here, could also be saying you might be dealing with a fire sign this week. Maybe that's someone you maybe talk to, ask their opinion on something. So that would be a Leo, a Sagittarius, or an Aries. Maybe talk to that kind of a person in your life. Doesn't necessarily have to be one of those people, but very likely a fire sign could maybe help you out if you know any fire signs. If not, just finding someone who is very much positive and very much wants to grow in a positive way, or talking to someone who it very much has a lot of energy and passion in their life too, and a lot of confidence. Maybe they'll help you out, maybe get your decisions going, or maybe just talking to them will help open some different ideas in your mind of different ways you could do things. So let's look at your oracle card. Let's look at your outcome clarifiers, and then we'll look at your oracle card and tie everything off for you here. We got the Knight of Cups here for your first clarifier. Let's see what else we got for you here, Capricorn. The Two of Wands, love it, and the Ten of Swords as well here. Knight of Cups is great because the Knight of Cups is Prince or Princess Charming. So we were talking about marriage before back here with the Four of Wands. The Knight of Cups really it can be saying like that kind of a person is coming in for you here at this time. So that's good. In the future, that person is heading towards you, which is great. If not, the Knight of Cups is you. It's you moving through this river. If you can see the water kind of going along here at the bottom of the card, it's sort of saying like, you're crossing the river to the other side to where all your dreams and hopes are, and you're trying to achieve what you want to achieve here in your life, which looks really good. I like that a lot. With the Two of Wands down here as well, the Two of Wands really talks about being stable, which goes hand in hand with that Four of Pentacles. The Two of Wands talks about being in a stable position, and that way you can use that position to grow yourself, to go wherever you want. He's got this sort of globe in his hand, as if to say the whole world is in your hands. So when you're in a stable position, that's really what we're talking about here. And with that Ten of Swords as well, the Ten of Swords is really telling us to they just to not dwell on things, to move along very quickly. It's a card of abrupt endings. It's a card of things coming to an end very quickly. So I would say, like, don't dwell on stuff this week as well. Just, you know, be stable, do the safe thing. Don't dwell on whether it's the right choice or the wrong choice. Just do, you know, what you think is best. You know, maybe talk to somebody about it first before you make your decision, but don't sit there and let those negative thoughts build up inside. So let's take a look here at your oracle card and your oracle message to send you home happy, hopefully here, Capricorn. And let's see what we got for you as Journey is taking off, going to get something to eat, I imagine. He's a chonky boy, he eats a lot. So let's take a look. What do we got for you here, Capricorn? Oh, he left a mess, I'll tell you that. We got the Orphan card, number 5. Let's take a look here. Just missing it here. All right. We were all meant to have a connection. We are all meant to have connections with other people within our family, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind or spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on. So I like that because we're saying, like, we're playing things safe. If you don't fit in with someone, you don't fit in with a group or something, or you just, you know, you don't mesh well, maybe your values don't add up the same, it's okay to move on. You know, don't stay there and, you know, hurt yourself actively just because you feel like you don't have anywhere else to go, because there will be another place for you. There are other people out there that will, you know, love and care for you here, right? Maybe that's what this is saying. We're moving on to this Page of Wands and this page of the Page and the Queen of Wands. Maybe you're going out to find those people. Maybe that's the decision you're trying to make here through all this, is you're trying to find your place to fit in. And do I move on? Do I stay put? Because we have a lot of that back here with the Three of Wands, talking about that patience, the Two of Swords, staying put, not moving on to new lands, that Death card, that cycle not coming to the end. A lot of options and choices in front of you. You know, where do I go? Where do I fit in? The Six of Cups, we're talking about nostalgia here, of course, as well. So I just feel like here, just play it safe, you know, do the safe thing. Like, if you don't feel like you fit in with these people anymore, or you don't feel like this person fits your values or whatever it may be for your life, go and find something new. That Knight of Cups, that's you moving on to something new, crossing that river, like making the change, moving forward here, you know, finding stability, finding a place to belong, finding positivity and happiness. So I hope that helps you out here, Capricorn, and I will see you next time.